Hi there, and welcome back to the Lisa Nichols Show, where I share with you the tools that you want, you desire to live the life that you want to achieve, to have the bliss, the joy, and the happiness that you deserve. You know, my favorite part of the program is reading the comments. And the more you comment, the more I have to read. And I got to tell you, I love what you say. So, looking at my episode about shift your mindset to achieve better health. Oh, so Latin Roses. I loved your comment, Latin Roses. You said, quote unquote, "This message moved me like nothing else. To release the jacket that served me for all these years." Now, just so you guys know, the jacket is not a physical jacket. The jacket is a metaphor for my weight. And I talked about releasing my weight and that my weight was a jacket. And Latin Roses says, I now know to thank it, to apologize to the jacket, to thank your old jacket for being there for a season, and to walk toward a new, healthier, improved me. The me that's been waiting to come out. End quote. Latin Roses, that's exactly the truth. I believe that weight is a physical experience, but it's a physical manifestation of an emotional experience. At least for me, it was. My weight just wasn't about not eating healthy. It wasn't just about staying up late. It wasn't just about not working out. My weight was also about me not feeling comfortable and secure inside a different, more sculpted body. It was about me holding on to old baggage. It was about me trying to be everything for everyone else before I was what I needed for Lisa. So though my weight was physical, it showed up physical, it had a lot more to do with me giving myself permission to take off that jacket. And so I celebrate you in doing the same, my sister. And then to my episode, the episode called How to Achieve Prosperity in Your Life. I love Angie. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Angie Smith. You said, quote unquote, "Lisa, this is my first time here. Thank you. You break it down into bite-sized pieces. I will go to my vision board and start putting a date on the things that I'm working toward from this point forward. Yes, yes," end quote. Angie, you are officially a part of the tribe when you know to do the yes, yes at the end of a bold statement. Keep commenting. Listen, this is not just a conversation that I'm pushing out to you. This is a dialogue that we get to have together. Here, we get to look at our thoughts, look at our mind, look at our heart, look at our aspirations, and we get to discover what's the next best version of ourselves while healing the parts of ourselves from the past that we need to hold on to, embrace, and love. So keep commenting. So many times people step onto my campus and their life, and I'll say the word life, to them looks chaotic and out of order. And I get this question asked a lot. How do I bring order to the chaos in my life? First and foremost, we have to break down life. Because life really is a really big conversation, and looking at it in its totality could really be overwhelming, which is why most people don't ever start to do anything to resolve and to minimize or diminish the chaos or reduce the chaos. So let's first break down life, because life is made up of quadrants. So you have your health and your wellness. Identify where's the chaos there, because all of a sudden it becomes bite-sized and digestible. Your finances, where's the chaos there? What does it look like and what's creating it? Your relationship. Now in your relationships, that has 4 subcategories. So in your romantic relationship, is there chaos there? In your familial relationships, is there chaos there? In your colleague and work relationship, is there chaos there? And in your community relationships, neighbors, friends, is there chaos there? So first, before you can manage the chaos in your life, let's break it down so you can see it much more clearly than just my life is chaotic. That's a really big, overwhelming tsunami, right? So let's break it down so that it's baby waves. And we can manage a wave or a speed bump much easier than we can manage a tsunami or a mountain. And then you want to look at spiritually. Is there a chaos there? Is there a disconnect there between me and my prayer life, or me and my meditation life, or me and where I fellowship? So you want to take those areas and first break down and identify the chaos that exists. Number one, because it's already there, it exists, you can't outrun it, you can't outperform it, you can't get a new business card, you can't move to a new address, and all of a sudden it's not there. So just identify, being willing to honestly admit to yourself and have acceptance in the areas called chaos, and chaos in my life. It reminds me of when I had broke my ankle in 3 places. I was jet skiing in Big Bear with my family, and I am the only person that's able to successfully break their leg in 3 places on the water. Go figure. Who would have known? Me. And so the doctor said to me, because my leg was literally like this when I went in, and my foot's hanging this way, and it was pretty phenomenal to look at, just kind of shattering to look at. And he said, I have good news, and I have not so good news. He goes, the good news is we can fix it. It can be fixed. It can mend. I was like, yes. He goes, and the other news is I got to break it back in place. So it's going this way, and I got to crack it to go straight, and then it'll start to mend. The reason why most of us don't want to address our chaos is because before we can really get it in the mend, we have to first look at how much damage is done. And most of us don't want to admit that. So if you want to know how can you move from chaos, number one, break the chaos down into the quadrants in your life: financial, health, wellness, relationships, all 4 relationships in your life, health, spirituality. Put them inside those buckets and then look at what's wrong, what's out of order. Then shift to what does order look like? As a matter of fact, what does beyond order look like? What does it look like if everything was exactly like I wanted? So wish and set intention really big, attainable and realistic, but stretch. Your intention should not stress you, but they should stretch you. So set intentions way beyond average and ordinary, because that's a C. What does an A+ in that particular quadrant of your life look like? So over here, we have what's wrong, what's out of order. And over here, we have complete order, complete bliss. What does that look like? Realistic and attainable. Now, once you have those 2 markers, you know where the dot is that says you are here. Just like the mall, you want to find the dot that says you are here. The very next thing you know now is the goal on where you want to get to. So now we know what to do next. Now we chart the path on how to get there. What must I start doing that I'm currently not doing? Get up earlier. I need to integrate the word thank you more often. I need to introduce myself to the phrase I apologize. I need to find more effective communication systems. I need to evict my ego when I step into the room with this person, because my ego kills the relationship every single time. So now that you know where you are, the breakdown, the chaos, and now that you know where you want to go, the intention, right? Now the channel, what do I need to do? Now, I have so much to give you because these are the tools. This is the personal development. That space in the middle, that's personal development, that's life development. That's why you always stay on this channel or others like it, because you always want to know what you don't know so you can do what you're not doing so you can get what you want to get. That's the whole reason why we're here. And so those are the first steps of really modifying, reducing, and eliminating the chaos in your life. I know there's so much more that I can give you, but what I just gave you, that's like a handful. Let's first unpack the mess and put it in its channels. And then let's unpack the possibility and put it in its proper channels. And then let's chart what do we know to be the first path in each one of those areas to get from where you are to where you say you want to be. Now remember, this show, and it's really not a show, it really is an experience. It's a journey between you and I. But it's not a monologue. It's not about me just talking to you. This experience, this journey, this is a dialogue. This is a family. I always would love to hear from you. Your voice matters here. Your opinion matters here. Your life experience matters here. I would love to hear what's one of the biggest lessons that you learned from this particular episode. What chaos are you in that you now realize, hold on, I need to identify the chaos. What chaos did you make so big that it was difficult to figure out how to start getting to the intention? And now you know how to get to the intention. What does it feel like? And if someone comments and you can relate to their comment, I want you to comment on their comment with the hashtag Yana, YANA. You are not alone, because the number one thing we all want to be is not alone. So please leave me a comment below and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. And more importantly, invite your community, invite your family, invite your friends so that they can be layered in love and content and some amazing new possibilities just like you, because this is your home and we are your tribe, and I am your sister in prosperity and in possibility. And when I say I believe in you and that I love you, I say it because I do. I'll see you real soon.